So here are some questions on time management skills. Okay, and what are skills that one requires to be able to manage time? Well, we don't manage time. We are in time. We just don't have health. Let's understand this once and for all. If you don't have an abundance of health in your life, and health is like wealth. It applies to everything because wealth is just financial health, right? So you have to start developing health. You start with your physical health and follow Devi maryada. If you follow Devi maryada, then you will have physical health and mental health and every kind of health. When Devi blesses you, time is stretchable. You can just think about time and you say, I have a lot of time, and you will have a lot of time. What is 1 hour for others will be 10 hours for you. Okay? You'll have a subjective experience of time, and you'll be able to be extremely productive in this time. You have to not have skills for time. You don't have to have skills for time. You need blessings for time. If you need blessings, you have to give respect. So learning how to respect Devi is the most important thing. And when you do that, you have time. If you think of time management as some kind of cold science, it's not going to work, because time is a living entity called Kali. If Kali blesses you, you have time. If she doesn't bless you, you're out of time. Okay, so please understand this. Mahakala, Mahakali, they are the forms of Shiva and Shakti which control time. And if you have a relationship with them, then you have all the time in the world. If you have zero relationship with them, you have no time in the world. Okay, you feel like you're going to die. You feel like you want to die. That's what will happen when you don't have time. So, when you're out of time, what happens? You die. Okay, so whenever we talk about time, we're actually talking about health. But we talk about it as if it's some external thing that we can manage. No, it's an internal thing. If you've got more and more and more health, you have more and more and more time to do everything. 1 hour of others will be 10 hours for you. Just a lot of time. Okay? If that's not your experience, you're doing some crazy Devi maryada, especially one Devi maryada violation, Swapneshwari. If you force wake yourself with an alarm every day, you will not have time. Just stop force waking yourself. Allow your body to sleep how much it has to sleep. And then suddenly you'll have time. That's the biggest and fastest solution. What are the root causes of why someone lacks time management skills? It's going and getting an education. That's the root cause. Okay? Going to people without knowledge who are overconfident about their knowledge. And then you can fill yourself with all sorts of false knowledge. And then what happens? You start thinking time is something external. Time has nothing to do with your health. A sick person and a healthy person have the same time. You think so? No. They don't. Okay? And the another root cause is violating the Swapneshwari. Swapneshwari is doing work on your brain and body. You wake yourself up, force wake yourself up with different ugly tunes provided by iPhone and other companies. And you force wake yourself up. Okay? Once you do this force waking, you'll be out of time. Boom! You just will feel that stress right away. You'll just be like, oh, clock. Your world is run by this clock. Your world is not run by your internal clock. It's run by an external clock. And so you're screwed. You'll never be able to control an external clock. You can only control your internal clock. Okay? Good. Why is time management important in one's life? It is not important. Don't manage time, manage your health. Health management, very much important. Is there a framework, step-by-step process to develop time management skills? Yes. You stop force waking yourself, number one. And then you start wearing orange glasses, number two, after sunset, and get sunlight, Rashmi Devi. You follow the day-night cycle properly. Follow your period cycle as well. You're more productive during ovulation. During your period, you're not productive. Don't work. That's a time to think and relax and not try to get things done. Get things done during ovulation. Okay? Follicular phase, half of the follicular phase, ovulation, and half of the luteal phase is very productive. The other half is quite dark. You can't be productive as a woman. So you have to know this about you. You can be 64 times more productive than a man in the good phase, in the light phase. But in the dark phase, you can't be productive, but you can be strategic. You can sharpen the axe. Okay? If you sharpen the axe, it's not much work. You keep rubbing the axe like this, that's all. It sharpens. Keep sharpening the axe. If the axe gets really sharp, then cutting the tree is also not much work. How much work you put in sharpening the axe equals your power in cutting the tree. So you sharpen the axe during your period, and then you cut the tree during your ovulation. Women have to remember this. For men, you cut the tree during your morning before 12 o'clock in the morning, finish cutting the tree. From 12 o'clock till you sleep, which should be around 7:30 or 8, you only sharpen the axe. So men have to follow these cycles. If you follow time cycles, then you'll have time. You'll have health. You don't have to do time management when you have health. Okay? You suddenly have infinite time. Is there a framework? Yeah, that's the framework. So you need to follow this light cycle, you need to follow this, and one more is the food cycle. As soon as you wake up, you give some food to Annapurneshwari, who is residing in your digestive channel. And then you stop feeding her after just before sunset. After sunset, no feeding her. Because if you feed her after sunset, then ultraviolet light gets released inside. There has to be complete darkness after sunset, even in your stomach. But when food is there, it releases ultraviolet light. It's a different activity. When there's no ultraviolet light, it's a different activity. So you quickly just put food to start the ultraviolet light, end the ultraviolet light with the last food just before sunset. After that, no food, no snacking after sunset. You will start developing time. If you do this much, you'll start developing time. Okay? If you follow it for 15 days, you'll have a lot of time. Isn't it a radical approach to time management? Don't try to manage external time. You'll always come up short. You won't be able to. It's just bullshit. People teaching you bullshit in the name of science. There's no time management. There's no scientific way to manage time. It's Devi's grace. You please understand. Okay. How to create and set a goal. Now, a goal comes when you are in touch with who you are. Before you have a goal, the foundation of a goal is who you are. So you have to build your self-image. What you think you deserve is who you are. Okay? How you cook for yourself. What do you eat? Do you Swiggy everything? Do you just order it online, everything? Or do you cook for yourself? How do you take care of your body? How do you take care of your finances? How do you take care of your relationship? All of that shows who you are. Your actions show who you are. Your behavior shows who you are. Your thoughts show who you are. Your feelings show who you are. So don't ask, who am I? You look at your thoughts, your feelings, your actions and your behavior and tell me what kind of character will have those thoughts, feelings, and what are your major thoughts, feelings, actions and behaviors. You write it down and you'll know who you are. Who you are is what you want. Most people want relief from this life. They want to die because Devi has left them. They just want to die. You get back to following this, then you'll only know who you really are. Your real Sumurti will come through. Your real thoughts and feelings will come through. Your real behaviors and actions will come through only when you are doing Devi maryada. If you are doing the violation of Devi's maryada, then nothing will come to you. Okay? You have to do palan, not ulanghan, of Devi's maryada. And then you'll know who you are. So when you know who you are, what you want is very simple. I am a yoga guru, come from the mountains to teach yoga. And then what I want is very simple. I want to build more yoga gurus here so that we have a forest of people. It's called Naimisharanya. We have a forest of people that in this world that's changing minute by minute, we become a forest of people. That's my goal. How did I come on this goal? It's from who I am. It's from what I think. It's from what I do. It's from how I behave that this goal comes out. Okay? So, when I follow Devi's maryada, Ichcha, Kriya, Jnana are mine. Purpose, Ichcha, Kriya, power, Jnana, knowledge. Purpose, power and knowledge become mine. She will give you purpose. She will give you power and she will give you knowledge. That's all you have to do. You have these three things, anything can happen. Anything can happen. As a yoga teacher, I have very powerful students. All I need to do is ask them if I want something, and they'll do it. Okay? Because of the benefit I brought in their life, for no other reason. Okay, they won't do it for just anyone, right? So that's the thing. When you have this kind of power, when you have this kind of purpose, and you have the kind of knowledge, you will enjoy life. I don't have a single thought of how I want to kill myself. My thought is like, is my body more healthy today than yesterday? That means I'm becoming immortal because I'm healing more than I'm decaying. That's all I keep a check on. Are my nails good? Is my hair good? Are my toenails good? How do I smell? These are all things that give me indication, am I decaying or not? Those who are decaying will have a bad smell. Those who are growing will have a fragrance. They come into the room, there will be a fragrance. People come into my room and say, why does the room smell so good? It's not the room, it's me. It's my smell. Okay? It's all in the room because I'm always there. But if I go outside also, it smells the same. You will have a fragrance. The day you start getting durgandh, a bad smell from your body, understand you've gone into the mrita darshana. You're head first into mrita darshana, killing yourself. Okay? So you have to be very careful with this. It's a matter of life and death. We started about time management, but really if there's no life, there's no time, okay? Good. I don't have a goal or clarity of what I want to achieve. I know that I need money to keep moving ahead in life. This means that I am sorry to say that you are in the death philosophy, Mrita Darshana. You're going to die and pretty soon you're going to have thoughts of how to kill yourself if you don't follow Devi maryada. How to train your mind to get into the focus zone and concentrate with complete attention. Does it require training? No, it requires following of Devi maryada. We are automatically focused. Focus is not something extra that my cat does, for example. It's not something extra that it does, but when I come with the stick, he knows to move out. How does my cat know that? Otherwise, he thinks he's the emperor of my house. He lies down and then puts his head into the garbage bin and sees if there's anything for him to eat. He tries all those kind of things till I take the stick. After that, he knows how to behave. Not much concentration is required to know that somebody has a stick. No. What we need to concentrate on? When we are in a focus zone, we are automatically looking at obstacles. Look at someone who's a F1 driver, Formula 1 racer. Okay, so he's racing in his car, and then the wall is coming so fast, he has to stay on the road. He's just watching the road. He's not even worried about the wall. And he's just doing it. How's he doing it? Somebody, beginner sitting in the car as a passenger with him, will piss in their pants the way that car is going. Okay? But this guy is like chilled out. He's like, doesn't have to think about it. There's every possibility he can die on this F1 race, but he's doing it. Okay? What do pilots do? Autopilot. They're on autopilot. The pilot is on autopilot because he's really giving his best there. Okay? What do anyone do? What does a chef do? Take onions. How's he avoiding his fingers? How's he doing that? Okay, so this is called ayama, practice. Ayama, not abhyasa, but ayama is different. Internalization of the practice. The zone. The zone happens when you keep repeating something, you get into the zone. In the beginning, you won't be in the zone, but you can get into the zone. Repetition is one way to get into the zone. Okay, it's a very powerful way to get into the zone. Having a routine and repeating the same thing every day helps you to get into the zone. If you got an instrument, picking up the instrument and playing it every day gets you into a zone by playing. But even to do that, you need to be in an internal zone. The zone is the external behavior that we see, that the person is so smooth, everything is unconscious, it's happening. But what's happening inside? Devi's grace. When Devi comes, creation is not a problem. Everything is perfect. It just works. Okay? So that's the perfection that people keep trying to chase consciously. You can only have perfection when you don't worry about it. When you leave it to Devi and accept her grace, then you can have perfection in everything you do. How to tackle the problem of being unable to pivot from something where we have planned to put focus? Again, it is Mrita Darshana. Devi has abandoned you. Very soon you'll be thinking, I'm going to die. So follow every part of this. Stop force waking yourself. Especially. Okay? If I have decided to put my attention to a specific task and my laptop crashes, how do I get started with another task rather than becoming frustrated? Yeah, Devi is left. You're not one person who's following Devi Maryada will ask me this question. Okay, that means you're not following Devi Maryada. Get on it. How should one prioritize a task? I fail to understand or prioritize. I feel everything is important and urgent. A person working in a corporation for 9 hours for financial security where they tend to put all their energy and have no energy left as the body needs rest, what tips or advice will you be able to give these people to be able to learn and manage the remaining? Okay, listen. If you're working in a corporation, you've already done Devi Maryada Ulanghan. So take a 1 month holiday. Even if it's unpaid, you take 1 month holiday and follow Devi Maryada for 1 month. Don't worry about your office. Just leave it. All that burden will fall off. And in 1 month's time, you'll have Devi Maryada. You'll be like, I'm never going back to that place again. And you won't have to manage it. Okay? I don't think anyone should manage working in the corporation. I think they should quit. At least for a month. Okay? Take that option where you can get leave for a month. And they won't pay you. They're happy. We don't have to pay you. Okay, good. So then you go, 1 month, you take care of yourself. Follow Devi Maryada fully. Just what I've said. If you follow these steps fully, suddenly you'll come back with abundant time and you will become an entrepreneur. You'll be able to generate money without going to an office. That's what you learn to do. If you take that 1 month break by yourself, don't drag your whole family along. Say, I really need this to get direction in my life. And go by yourself and take a 1 month break. Or if you have a guru, go stay with the guru and learn. Do seva of the guru, you'll learn. Okay? Then only you can grow. There's no other way. There's no shortcut to this. Okay? You need spiritual retreat if you want to advance. A bowstring has to be pulled back before the arrow goes front. You understand? Think of yourself as a bow. You need to retreat before you can advance. You go take that retreat, pull yourself back enough, understand, get a perspective, move really back and say, wow, why am I fretting over this small bloody thing? Why I need this? There are thousands of people earning their money. That coconut seller earns his money without going to a corporation. Why can't I? The farmer who sold the coconuts made money without going to a corporation. Today I drank a coconut and I'm thinking, I should go back to this horrible office. No. You're drinking and eating the result of the freedom of so many people who don't work in corporations. People who don't work in corporations touch you every day. You're alive because of them. The ones working in corporation are contributing nothing. Just nothing except pollution and plastic waste from swiggying everything because they don't have time to cook. Nothing they're doing. Okay, so do not work in corporations. It's the stupidest thing to do. Who said a corporation can save the world? It's a tribe that saves a community. It's people you know intimately and care about. Not employee number 9786 is not going to save the world. Okay? It's people getting together, having intelligent conversation and figuring out shit that's going to bring joy in your life. That's when they will come back. Corporations are houses of death, ruled by asuras. Where do you think the asuras went? They started corporations. Okay, that's not entrepreneurship, man. You don't do Devi Maryada Ulanghan like this. Draw mothers away from the child. How many of my students are mothers who work in corporations? They get miserable and they quit. They can't take it anymore. Even that boss is miserable. It's equal to Brahmahatya, this Maryada. That means you will definitely not get Manusha Yoni after that. You will not have a human birth after that. It's a very serious thing. You have to understand, you're not the Devi here, there's another Devi. Okay? Then you'll be humble. Delegating can happen when running a business. Can you give examples of how one can delegate tasks? No, don't delegate any tasks. You do what you can. Don't be lazy. Okay? Do whatever you can until you find someone else to do it. Just delegation and that and this is not something to think about right now. Okay. But in offices and corporations, this is the language. So you take that 1 month break, don't delegate any task to anybody. You have to do the work for your purpose. Be ready to serve that purpose every day and do whatever it takes. Okay? Do whatever it takes. People will come see your sincerity and join you. And you don't have to delegate, they'll take the work. They'll take the work from you. They'll say, oh, you're doing so much, I'll take it from you because I care. That's what you want. Not delegate. If you have to delegate, it means they don't care and you have to tell them. You have to tell them what to do. It's not going to work. Delegation doesn't happen in nature. Does leopard delegate eating its prey? Does a lion delegate? Huh? Just because the lionesses hunt most of the time doesn't mean the lion can't hunt. Have you seen lions hunting when they get hungry? Or if their pride is failing at it, if the females are failing, suddenly the lion comes in and goes dam on the animal and shows them how it's done. Then he goes and sits back. The lion occupies Guru's place. Guru teaches. The Guru is a lion. Okay. Everybody else learning is the pride. They learn. And then they become lions on their own. They have their own pride and it keeps growing. And they all cooperate until it's one whole ecosystem and one forest and everybody knows what they're doing. Clearly the tasks and everything get divided. Okay? You look how nature delegates. You delegate like that. Okay? Look how bees delegate their work. Do they delegate? Every bee is filled with an intense desire to go and drink that nectar. That's what they do. They're driven by pleasure. But it pollinates the whole forest. That much work it does. If you tell the bee, okay, bee, today you have to pollinate the whole forest, the bee will be like, मुझे नहीं करना है, मेरे को इससे कुछ मतलब नहीं है. There's no pleasure for me in that. Why should I pollinate the forest? You should be doing work which gives you the highest pleasure. And you know what is the joy of being a human being? It is called mudita. Mudita is possible only for a human being, not for animals. Animals cannot get pleasure from other people getting pleasure. But humans can do that. It's not vicarious pleasure, you're the cause of that pleasure. Giving pleasure to someone else. That is a human pleasure. The biggest pleasure for a human is to give pleasure to another human. Which is why we feel so happy when we cook a good meal and someone eats it and they feel, wow, they really ate it. It's not what they say. They can say it was very nice. Yeah. But that means they didn't enjoy it, right? They can say it was, oh, very good, very good. No, they didn't like it. They say, this is fucking fantastic. I love it. Give me some more. Then the cook feels, wow, I did a good job. I made someone happy. I made someone glad. The kind of reward comes inside you is too much. So you need to have a career where thousands of people are happy because of you every day. That's called career and purpose. This is not going to happen in a corporation because nobody even knows you exist. And you can be replaced by anyone with your education. So what's the big deal? Why is this dignified? Why is this respectful of who you are? Why is this respectful? Why should you have this human body? They will take it away. If you work in corporations, it's a huge Devi maryada ulanghan. Okay, so quit it. Just stop it. Go for a month. I told you, quit for a month. Go just, and you can't go back to that office after you lived in Devi maryada. You're like, no, there is so much abundance in nature. How can I go back to that office and die? No, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm done. My friend left his corporation and then he said, I'm going on a bullet ride to Kodaikanal. He never came back. He didn't even come back to take his things. He told his friends to take care of it. He called people and got everything shipped to himself, whatever he needed. He didn't want to come back to Bangalore. After he took his bullet and went to Kodaikanal, he never came back. And he had gotten a huge order because of me to make sculptures in every circle of Bangalore. that was being maintained by a particular hospital. So he thought about it, and then they wanted sculptures of hearts and people taking care, and they just basically wanted the whole of Bangalore to look like a hospital. Okay? He said, I can't do that. I can't go back to that job, the corporate job. You know, you can't even work for corporations, even if you're an artist, because they want you to do shit art. You just can't. Okay? Calls you to let's make a jingle. And then they're like, we wanted to represent our brand. We wanted to have these brand values. And they'll put some shit in front of your face. Nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about. Okay? Corporations have no idea why they exist, what they're doing. They have no clue. They have no idea. Corporations. Why do you even exist? I don't know. Really, you think your employees can't find better work without you? I'm sorry. Do you really think your employees can't do without you? They can. And they will, after watching this video. Okay? You really need some time off, and you really need to follow Devi Maryada. Otherwise, everything I'm saying will go over your head. You'll go back to your rat life. Okay? So be careful. You didn't come here to be a rat. You came here to be a human. A human being is a glorious being. Who are you has to change. Who are you? I am a rodent who wears pants and goes to office. This is not somebody who has purpose. You need to grow beyond that, okay? You need to stop wearing pants. Just stop. Stop wearing pants, stop wearing those ties, and stop thinking, how can I delegate things? Okay? You don't want to delegate your shit life to anyone. Get out of it and have a great life. Then people will want to take your life. You understand the difference? Nobody wants your corporate work. You have to delegate. I don't have to delegate my work. People want to do my work. That's why I don't have stress managing people and delegating things. I never do it. Because people want to do it. And if they don't want to do it, I don't want them to do it. They can leave and do what they want to do. Okay? Recently, my sister said, I don't know how you manage healing people, because she started working with me 3 months ago. And she said, I don't know how you manage to hear so much pain from people and still be okay. I can't do it anymore. I said, don't do it then. She was doing a great job, but she was getting pain from it, listening to everyone's pain. She was being an astrologer for me. She's the only one I trust to be an astrologer, honestly. I don't trust any of the other astrologers. But she was doing a great job guiding people as they needed to be guided. She helped hundreds of people, and then she couldn't do it anymore. She said, there's something I can't do. Okay? But that's fine, right? So she shouldn't do it if she doesn't want to. So I said, yeah, do what you have to do. And that's it. There wasn't any discussion. She said, you're the best, bro. I said, of course I'm the best. That's it. There's nothing more than that. No more drama, right? So that's how you should be. If people don't want to be in your environment, don't spoil your relationship with them. Tell them, okay, bye. Don't even say, if our boats meet again, we shall tread the same. Don't make an invitation for something that doesn't exist. I don't know when my sister will be back. First time, I'm seeing her after 4 years. She stayed for 3 months. Now I don't know after how many years I'll see her. Right? So that's how it is. But there's no love lost, is what I'm trying to tell you. So don't lose any love with your corporation. Give them a lot of love and leave. Say, I can't agree with anything you're doing. Why should I come here? Why should you do anything you can't agree about? Why? Why should you? Just answer this. And quit. And do what you have to do. Follow Devi Maryada for 1 month. You'll never know what you have to do till you know who you are. You have to get out of being a corporate rat in pants. Wear some dhotis like me. Go live on the beach for 1 month. And follow Maryada. Cook your own food. Don't eat in hotels. Just do that. And if you don't improve in 1 month, you can go back to that hellhole and say, Guru Pashupati misguided me. And then you can sit in that hellhole for the rest of your life. Okay? So in any way you're safe. After 1 month, if nothing worked, then you have to come back to the hellhole. But if something worked or your mind changed, you'll be like, no. Or if Devi gives you anugrah when you're there, she blesses you, your whole life can work. It's just, you're just like, you may be like 2 or 3 meetings away from great success. It usually success comes because of 2 or 3 people whom you meet in your life. You get successful. That's it. Sometimes it's 3 or 4. That's it. Like you ask the most successful man. They met 2 or 3 human beings who taught them something very valuable, and then boom, they started growing like anything. Okay? So if Devi gives you that grace, you can meet these people. You can't engineer this. Don't think of spirituality as engineering. Don't think of time management as engineering. Think of time management as spirituality, and you'll be completely free. All right. That brings us to the end of this lesson. If you want to join my 64-day program, first follow the maryada, and then I'll teach you. Because I can't teach anyone who doesn't have Devi maryada. In 64 days, I'll help you to get the transformation that you want. And it's happened for hundreds of my students. Unfortunately, my sister is no longer working with us. But she was adding great value, but that value is not there now. So if you want to do that, the link will be with this video.